But yeah, I suppose that's the question. What happened at the end of the second and third stints? How do you dial into that?
Yeah, obviously, Lewis probably would have come back through anyway, but without the virtual safety car, he would have pitted behind us. Who knows what would have happened? But yeah, I was just struggling towards the end of the stints. I need to review why that was. In the first stint, I felt very comfortable on the medium tyre. I felt we pitted really early. You know, Lewis committed to a 3-stop. I think we should have committed to our own strategy. And it's something I want to pick up with the team because I was managing quite a lot at the start and still eking that gap out to Lewis. And then I thought we actually converted to a 3 when they told me we were staying on the 2. Yeah, that was a challenge.
Okay, thank you.
Well, delighted to be joined by Fred Vasseur now, who I'm sure, wiping your brow because that was quite stressful. I mean, contrasting fortunes for your drivers, but let's start by talking about Lewis because it's your first win since Mexico 2024. You must be absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit in the race now, but it's a very good feeling also because that we had tough moments. It's the recovery is even more important and with a very strong feeling and good feeling for us. And for when I say us, it's for the team and for Lewis. And for sure today the pace was there from the beginning of the weekend that he was able to fight for the pole, and the race I think he was very in control of the situation with a very strong pace. When we asked him to push, he was clearly outstanding.
Fred, is this Lewis coming back to his very, very best, like we know from his great times a few years ago?
Honestly, I'm trying to calm down bad comments and too enthusiastic comments. You know, it's not that we were nowhere 2 weeks ago and we are not world champion today. Lewis is a bit emotional, the team is emotional, and my job is to try to calm down everybody in both situations. But for sure, it's a huge push in terms of confidence also for him this weekend, and it will be a new start from Austria.
Well, I have 2 questions. The first one is, we see a change in attitude from Lewis, but also from Ferrari. It was an aggressive weekend, aggressive race, aggressive pit strategy. It could have gone wrong, and you went for the win. Who cares about second? Let's go for the win, and it paid off.
Yeah, but I think we had the same strategy from the beginning of the season. The most important when you have the pace, I think you can do 3 stops, 2 stops, or 4 stops. You have the pace, you win the race. Sometimes we didn't have the pace, and the strategy looked a bit shy. But today, I think the most important is to have the pace and the management that Lewis had, because each time that we changed a little bit the approach, he was able to adjust the pace to the strategy, and he did a fantastic job on this.
Will this change your approach on the coming races? Because from the start of the season, okay, let's be the best of the rest, which is finishing third.
This is you. I never said that I want to be the best of the race or the race or whatever. That we are there to fight, we are there to do the best.
Now you can win the championship.
No, but this...
Come on, don't get carried away. Keeping emotions down.
They can.
Yes.
I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, I had to fire half of the group. That it means that you have to stay calm. We are not world champion today, and I will take Austria as I took Barcelona.
Fred, when you just arrived 2 seconds ago, you were like...
Yeah.
I'm getting too old.
It's too old. No, it's like relief for what?
It's a bit because it's 1 year and a half for Lewis that it's a bit difficult, that he had to face to a lot of bad comments, and honestly that sometimes it was not, he didn't deserve it. But I'm more than happy for him, more than happy for the efforts that he's putting on the project, and even for the guys at home, because that it's even more difficult to push when you don't get the win. But they continue to push, and to be able to bring the package in Barcelona was a challenge, but they did it.
Fred, you're like very relaxing, but please make sure to party also. Huh? Like
you deserve
you and everybody
it.
deserve it. Huh?
I'm not allowed to drink anymore.
I know you after midnight. I have seen that, so don't say anything here.
We'll let him go and have a sit down. Nice cup of tea.
He knows how to party.
Thank you very much, Fred, and well done today. Fantastic. Retirement. He still leads the championship by 41 points. Let's get his reaction now to that race.
Kimi, a disappointing end to the day, but can you take some consolation in thinking you were the quicker Mercedes car today?
I think we were the quickest on track today. Okay, Lewis had at the end it was very quick, but second stint we were super quick. The way we came back from the back, and yeah, the pace was good, was very good. Of course, Lewis after the VSC was not possible to catch, and by the way, I'm very happy for him for his win. It's good to see that he got his first win with Ferrari, but on my side, yeah, very disappointing. I feel a bit empty, to be fair, right now, but at the same time, these things happens to everyone, and the most important is to come back stronger.
Is Lewis a contender? He has to be for the title now. Do you see him as a serious threat ongoing, the way Ferrari are improving?
I mean, for sure, they're in incredible form. Ferrari is very reliable, but they're quick as well. So yeah, we just need to maximize every opportunity that we have, and then yeah, try to do our best. But it's not going to be straightforward. But yeah, I'm already looking forward to the next one because really want to go back to where we left, or from where we were finishing before.
Thank you.
Well, Toto, where do we start? Maybe not the day that Mercedes wanted, but I guess if anyone's going to beat you in a Grand Prix this year, then
it's Lewis Hamilton. I mean, you know, I'm happy for him in a Ferrari. He's waited a long time and has worked very hard to get back on the top step of the podium. And, you know, today he deserved it. And, yeah.
Okay, well, I know it's a difficult day for you in terms of the championship leader. Maybe we should deal with him first. The unreliability, it's always there with these new cars. George had it in Canada and now Kimi had it.
I mean, you know, we just can't compete for a championship if we have every second race a car that's losing fat points. It's one, then the other. And to finish first you have to finish. So that's just not good enough. And then today, you know, we tried to race fair in the team game, but maybe it's costed us the win today. And that's something which we need to discuss with the drivers. How are we doing it if we're fighting somebody else for a race win?
Okay. In what way do you think it cost you the win? You mean stress the cars too much?
No, I don't think so, but they raced each other quite hard before George's stop, and I think we lost about 4 or 5 or 6 seconds to Lewis. And then obviously with the VSC, it changed the order.
You're not saying that Kimi's DNF was related to the race?
No, not at all. It's just George and Kimi racing hard. We're leaving lap time on the track, and we need to discuss with them for the future.
Okay. And in terms, I mean, George has ended up with the podium, but in terms of the fight between them, how did you interpret that? Was it just that Kimi had the pace at the end of the stints both times?
I think George has incredible pace with the medium, but that fell away towards the end of the stint and then on the 2 hards, and we need to analyze why that was.
Okay. Toto, thank you very much. We'll see you in Austria next time. Thank you.
Okay, well, Mercedes do still lead the constructors by 72, and confirmation then that Kimi still leads the drivers by 41. What did you make of his comments that he felt they were the fastest out there today?
Odd, ultimately, because there was nothing showing us he was actually quicker than Lewis. So it was not comment. It was more like saying, "Hey, listen, I'm still great," and that's fine. He's still leading by close on 2 races. So. It's good to have that confidence. It was needed, but he does need to work on his fitness a little bit. When you look how his head was hanging out halfway through the race.
Weirdly, actually, his neck has grown from strength to strength. If you see the before and after pictures recently in his career, but you know he's still young. He's 19 years old, and every day he races, he learns, he gains experience.
Well, that's the key. To never believe that you cannot learn, you cannot get any better. Once you start believing, okay, you've reached the top, you're fantastic, that's when you start going down and get beaten. So someone will always be quicker and you always can get better.
Well, perfectly personified by Lewis Hamilton today. Oh, look at that, Nico Rosberg's back. Just popped up. Hello.
Back again.
Yeah, well, Jacques was just making the point that you're never too old to learn. And actually, Kimi, every race that he competes in, he's learning, he's improving. And Lewis, obviously, proved that you can always learn, you can always get better, even when you're a 7-time world champion.
Yeah, sure. It's great to see that he's still motivated to keep learning and improving. However, let's say it, Kimi is 19. I mean, he has much more potential still to learn than someone like Lewis, obviously. So we need to keep an eye on that because Kimi is going to be ramping it up further from here.
I tell you what, I do love the way Lewis always bigs others up. Like, you know, he doesn't just soak up the limelight. He's good at encouraging the youth coming through.
Well, you're only as good as the drivers you beat. Might as well say they're fantastic.
Okay. Good stuff. And what about George? Because it feels that obviously he finished on the podium and he had a strong weekend putting it on pole, but there will be still questions still being asked of him.
Yeah, and it's just race pace, as you were saying, Jacques, as well. And he needs to keep making progress. He's come back in qualifying now, so that's good. We're good there. Race still not where he needs to be, but it's a tiny bit missing. Yeah, and it's just end of stints. So he needs to keep making progress there now for Austria, and let's see if he can make it happen.
Sadly, another woeful day for Charles Leclerc, because that is back-to-back retirements for him.
Well, Charles, a frustrating day ultimately and a frustrating weekend for you. What happened at the end of the race for you?
I had a BBW fail and I had no power steering anymore, so turn 2 hours in the corner and then there was no power steering suddenly, and obviously then that was the end of my race.
Yeah, ultimately you played a team role today. Ferrari have the victory, and looking ahead, the team are clearly making progress with the upgrades, which you will be able to make use of over the course of this summer.
I don't want to take any credit for today's race. I mean, I don't think I had a role into it at all. I think Lewis and the team has done the job and eventually got the win all by themselves. I mean, surely I could have stayed 2-3 corners ahead of Lewis, but that would have been very stupid from me anyway. And Lewis won with an incredible margin, 20 seconds. He's been incredible in the last 3 weekends. He's been really on it, and he deserves all of it. Now it's up to me to up my game, to find this confidence with this car, to put everything together, and hopefully with clean weekends. It's true also that the last 4 weekends haven't been very clean technically. Also, for me, we've had quite a lot of issues, so I'm just looking forward to have clean races, taking the rhythm again, and hopefully fight in the front as well.
Thank you, Karun. It can never be a nice feeling, though, when you have to retire from a race and your teammate goes ahead and wins it. To Karun's point, how encouraged can he be by those 8 upgrades working for Ferrari?
Yeah, not at all. Believe me now, so he just signed the contract with Ferrari. Big money, big long term. He's was the king of Ferrari, the whole country. Now suddenly he has this greatest of all time, like resurgence in form, driving spectacularly well, taking the first race win. This is tough, and he's struggling and doing accidents and crashing and not driving as fast, and this is really a mentally tough moment for him to get out of. It's super dark, and he's gonna have to try and get out it now as quickly as possible. Fortunately, in F1, things move very fast. You're only as good as your last race, so that's the good fortune on his side in that point of view. But this is a difficult moment.
But also, hold on, the balance inside Ferrari, because Lewis is in the hunt for the championship, Leclerc isn't. So will they start making decisions at some point? Because they will need to put everything in their bag if they want to get the championship.
So what advice would you give Charles?
Just head down. You have to forget who your teammate is. Just do whatever you can do, because a lot of it will not be in your control anymore.
Were you able to when Lewis was the other side of the garage?
It's super tough. It's horrible moments. And as Jacques said, you just got to focus on your thing, which is what George also did this weekend. He really tried to refocus and just do his thing, what he knows how to do best. Concentrate on his car. Don't look too much across the other side of the room, like in the engineering. Don't look too much at the data. What is he doing? Just like, what do I feel? Because I know I can do it. Charles knows he can do it. But it's hard.
Okay, well, let's hear from today's winner then. Lewis Hamilton is in the pen.
It's a privilege to be here to see that. It really is, Lewis. And it's the best part. It was Lewis Hamilton pace. It was a dominant win. The teamwork was there, and all the changes that have been made at the team all came together.
I think it's, where do I start? I mean, I couldn't have done this without this amazing team. You know, the support I've had from them for the last year, even more so coming into this year after such a difficult year. My fans really saved me. Through such a difficult moment of last year. So, but every day having this dream of, since I was a kid, literally, they would just mention that in 1996, Michael won here for Ferrari, and I remember watching the red car and always wondering what it would be like to be winning in that car. You know, what it would be like to standing on that podium and be the one that's kind of given the team the moment to sing the national anthem. And there's nothing like it. You know, it's absolutely incredible. And I came from really quite a low place to get back here, and I think it's just really about just never giving up, never second guessing yourself, never giving up on yourself, and just keep on trying.
What was it like hearing the doubters, hearing people trying to retire you, like you're saying, and knowing that your fans are relying on you to be who you are, to carry on and do this?
Yeah, I think for the people that say the negative stuff, I often use that as fuel. I think it's easy to be negative about people, and I think the ones that is worse is when it's a driver that knows how hard it is in this field to do a job, and today that they don't even have the success that I have, and they talk negatively. But it was really the fans that rescued me. As I said, you know, last year, several of the fans were shouting to me, you know, "Don't forget who you are," and that really resonated with me. And I had to question, like, how do I find myself again? How do I find my center? How do I find the courage and the strength to keep going, to keep building, to keep trying? And the team have been amazing to, like, as I said, move mountains. There's lots of things that I want to change in it. Change my whole race team, engineer-wise. Helped get this car in terms of development points in the right direction. And there's still a lot of work to do, but wow, to be on the top of that podium, to come across the line in the red car, wow! I dreamt of it as a kid. I dreamt of it at home, watching it on the sofa, having a bacon sarnie, you know, with my family, you know. So I didn't eat bacon sarnies today, but yeah, I got to shout out lots of love to my family, to everyone in the UK, to the World Cup team. Be supporting you. I will be supporting you, and yeah.
What about your world title finally? I mean, it's a challenge now. You'll keep pushing.
Oh, absolutely. This is I think it's just the beginning. Mercedes have got an amazing package, and they're so strong. Both drivers are doing such an incredible job. It's going to take absolutely everything from all of us in this team to overcome the deficit, or, you know, to get to being ahead of them and doing this consistently. But nothing's impossible. So yeah, just one step at a time.
Thank you.
You also in that piece there, he said he hates when ex-drivers criticize him who've not had his success.
You think that was about me?
Oh, he was thinking about you 100% in that moment.
This is better. Let's
100%.
go.
So
Let's go.
would you like to answer back to him?
Well, he did make a stupid comment in Montreal where he said, "At least my dad was better than me," and it came out of nowhere. And I was like, why would he say that? And I don't remember criticizing him, so I don't think that was about me. I think, no, it must have been about you from the time you were together. Come on.
Come on, spar back.
No, that's it.
What have you got?
we ended there.
That's it. That's it. Ridiculous. Okay, so we go to Austria. Another different configuration, a very different challenge, again, the Red Bull Ring. And then on to the British Grand Prix. So do you think this is a Ferrari for all tracks? Or do you think that Mercedes will surge ahead again?
Listen, Ferrari's been quick everywhere. Didn't matter what kind of layout the track was. It's a nimble car, so the drivers can fight with it. It seems that Lewis adapts to it better. He's been driving super aggressively this year. You've seen it on some starts. And the car just responds to whatever he does. So he's happy. It's second skin to him. And that's when you get the best result. It's also when you can actually develop the car, because you can feel it.
Yeah, because interestingly, Nico, we made a real deal about them going well in Monaco because of the slow corners there. Actually, that was a second place finish, a very good result for him. But as you say, it's proven that it's adaptable.
Barcelona is the track that is representative of all the races to come. And so this is very promising that they're doing so well here. Austria hasn't been Lewis's greatest track of all time, but then Silverstone has. So let's see, perhaps it can continue to be a good run.
Let's see. Okay, it was the first all-British podium since 1968.
Well, it was a long, hard day, Lando. A podium at the end of it. But satisfactory from a McLaren perspective. I suppose, does it show where you are pace-wise with the teams you want to fight with?
Yeah, and I think absolutely. We weren't in a fight today. We weren't fighting these cars. They were too quick. The fact we could keep pace with them was a nice surprise today, and I feel like I drove a very good race, honestly. But even with driving a very good race, doesn't mean you're winning or anything. It just means I feel like I got everything out of the car today, and we know the car's not quick enough. We're working harder, and the team are doing a good job to try and make improvements. But the thing, everyone else is making improvements as well. Ferrari making improvements, and they showed how quick they were today. I was very happy to see Lewis on the top step again with Ferrari. It's pretty cool just to watch, even for me as a fan.
Yeah.
A fan of Ferrari and Lewis and all of them. Then it's special. So. It was a cool podium, a good day. I feel like we maximized it, and that's really all we can ask for.
Yeah. I mean, are you chasing some of the same stuff you had on last year's car just by doing it in a different way to get it on this year's car? There's a lot of talk about that.
I'm not sure. I think it's almost a bit more complicated than that at the minute. I think we really need to understand how to make the car more drivable in all conditions. Clearly it works okay here and better in Miami and things like that, but we're lucky that Ferrari don't have a better engine at the minute. If they had a better engine, they're dominating, and they're the class of the field in terms of cornering performance at the minute, and we're not even close to them. So it's the realistic point of it. We're a long way from where we need to be. If they make improvements on the engine side, then they'll embarrass everyone. So we need to really get our heads down and see what improvements we can do. But the team are working hard, so it's not that we're not doing that. We're working very hard. Everyone back in the factory is doing the best they can. Some things take time, but we need to really accelerate the progress at the minute because we want to stay in the fight.
Thank you. Well, Oscar, it's a fifth place. I guess you'll take that at the end of the day. I suppose you're looking at it and thinking, well, Ferrari showed considerable pace today. And do you think they've moved ahead now? They've made a significant move this weekend.
I think yes. They've been very close to us, us and Ferrari have been very close for the first part of the year. Obviously, the last couple of weekends they were probably a bit of a step ahead, but this weekend with all their new parts, obviously, clearly they're working well. So I think also in a race like today, where the grip is so low, the tyres are so fragile. I think it probably plays to the strengths of their car as well. I think they've got a lot of downforce, probably the most downforce out of everybody, but also a lot of drag. But when you need to protect the tyres, I think that helps you. Clearly some work for us to do, clearly some work for me to do, because it was not an easy race.
Just one other thing. Maybe we'll get this Gasly podium situation resolved over the coming week, but you're concerned that a difficult precedent might be set by restoring him to the podium?
It's just very tough to know what's right, because I kind of see that they've admitted that there was something wrong with the pit lane, but when you've got 5 or 6 cars penalised for that, I wasn't speeding either, and then you change one penalty and you don't have the possibility to change all the others, it creates a very tough situation for everybody. So we've obviously lodged our intention to appeal it. For me, it's not really about the points or whatever. It's more just, I don't think that's really how we should be looking through things, and it sets a very awkward precedent, because now it incentivizes kind of finishing where you want on track, not taking penalties, and then arguing about it later, rather than having the race result when we should.
Thank you.
Well, an incredibly downbeat Oscar Piastri there, you'd have to say. Winner here, of course, last year. And I guess P5 kind of flatters him because he was able to benefit from those 2 late retirements. Still 25 seconds off his teammate.
Yeah, not going too well for him as of late. His market value has taken a bit of a plunge in the last weeks and months. A bit unexpected, because last year he was really on a par with Lando all the time, and this year Lando has jumped ahead somewhat with these new regulations, new cars. Oscar is not feeling too comfortable yet, so it's a bit strange, and he really needs to work on that now, because he's falling behind.
What do you put it down to?
Well, we saw the trend last year. Halfway through the season, he was the talk of the paddock, like showing, oh, it's true, it's great they signed him because we saw it in Formula 2, amazing, and then he collapsed. And his form went down, and he hasn't recovered. It's really odd, and nobody's talking about him anymore. So, and that's in the space, left 6 months, even less. It's very odd, but like we often say, you're only as good as your last race. That's what's tough with sports. Unless you're Lewis and you've won so many championships and so on, then okay, there's something you can lean on. But otherwise, 2-3 bad races and okay, move on.
Well, it ebbs and flows, doesn't it, in Formula One? As you say, only as good as your last race. I'm sure it will come back for Oscar as well. Right, let's hear from Max Verstappen now. He finished P4.
Well, ultimately it's a fourth place, Max. I don't know if you felt it was a bit of a lonely race. How do you assess your day?
Yeah, like that. I mean, a bit lucky with P4 and pretty lonely for me. I think on all the compounds we're just a little bit off compared to the cars ahead. So I just tried to do my own race and try to make it work till the end.
Yeah, I mean the team are pushing obviously, but the opposition are moving as well. Ferrari particularly impressive today. I mean, how do you assess your progress as a team?
Just need to work harder, bring more performance to the car, but we know that. It's just this was then the first track again for a while with some high speeds, high energy as well, and it's clear that in those areas I think we can do a bit better.
Thank you.
So what do you think Red Bull make of their performance? A double points finish, but they're not in the hunt, are they?
They don't seem to have a car to be able to fight with, chassis-wise, because we all know now they have the best engine. So obviously, and when you see Max not being in a fight, it's because he's already on the edge with the car.
Best internal combustion engine.
Yeah, careful here, because it's the internal combustion engine that they have the best, but that does not mean that they have the most average power throughout the whole lap.
True.
And of course, that's
very
what matters.
true. Very true.
Very likely they're under in terms of power.
We'll forgive you.
That's what matters. Yeah. But anyways, they've still done a great job with that engine to start the season like this because they've built it from scratch. So it's still very, very impressive. And I think, they're a bit lost. And I've heard internally also that it really was a significant step change once Adrian Newey left. Because Adrian was so deep in the details, even at the racetrack, during the race weekend, on vehicle dynamics, on everything, and suddenly he's gone. And they're still struggling to find their groove again, to find back to their greatness. Because even the development rate now this year, the others are developing faster even. Like they're struggling to keep up, So, not a great situation for now for them.
I mean, Hadjar will clearly be disappointed to lose that podium in Monaco, but it is encouraging that he's closer to his teammate than previous number twos at that team.
Not than Perez was. So he still has work to do. There's still a gap. But it's not an embarrassment.
Okay, let's talk about Alpine, because this was another strong day from them. And indeed, Racing Bulls, both double points finishes for them. Alpine first, what are your thoughts?
Alpine coming off the podium from Gasly in Monaco. Now double points again, 7 and 8. I think that's really a decent result for them. It's a team that's trying to build towards getting onto podiums regularly and winning races. With the great Flavio Briatore steering them, the legend, which is always, great to watch him in action. I think he still has a lot of talents to build a great group of people together. So it's nice to see them making progress. Of course, they also have a great engine, because they have the Mercedes engine now this year.
But just on that podium in Monaco, the one that wasn't and then is again. It's I just feel sad for Gasly that he didn't get that moment. You stood up there on that. I mean, it's magical, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, that's horrible for him because he actually did not speed in the pit lane, and they took it away from him as they did for all the other drivers. But still, he was on the podium and somehow he would have really deserved it. He did such a fantastic weekend, and to not stand there, that's really, of course, disappointing.
And Racing Bulls putting in another strong showing. Lawson and Lindblad,
Well, they have an easy car to drive. They've had that over the years, oftentimes. Not the most performant car, but easy to drive. So a young driver, a little bit of experience, can actually maximize what the car is, maybe not drive on the edge completely. It will hide some of the issues. You don't win, but you score points, and that's how you learn your trade as well. It's not a bad place to get going.
Okay, we've got a fortnight off now. How will people be using it up and down the paddock?
I'm thrilled of the Formula One situation. This is amazing. There was so much criticism at the beginning of the year just because of the battery management thing. No one's talking about that.
We didn't even mention it.
No, we didn't mention it once.
There's a battery in there? I didn't realize it.
It went in like 4 or 5 months or something. It's gone. Like, seriously, it was the #1 topic of the world. Now we're just seeing great racing, unexpected outcomes. We're seeing Lewis Hamilton dominating here this weekend in this race. Spectacular time for F1, and bring on the next race.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you both alongside me. Have you enjoyed your weekend, Jack?
Yes, this part, not my racing part.
Oh, okay. Listen, I wasn't going to go there.
Well, you said the weekend.
I
that's
know,
the whole thing.
but you're now going to have to explain to the fans. I wanted to save you the embarrassment.
It lasted 10 corners. That can never be fun.
Okay. Well, look, he took part in the Porsche Super Cup and disappointing qualifying, and then a bit of a shunt.
Hey, I'm learning. I'm still young. I'm like Lewis. I'm learning. There's always tomorrow. There's always someone better than you.
Go on then. Let's have. Sorry, you destroyed it.
Open my eyes. Look at what's happening ahead.
Look, it's been such a pleasure to work with you both. Thank you very much. Your highlight of the weekend, please. Seeing Lewis back on the top step.
Highlight of the weekend, yes. Lewis top step is just awesome. For the sport as a whole, for him to come back out of such a dark place, amazing.
Okay, well, it's been fantastic to have your company at home too. Lewis Hamilton has bagged his first ever win for Ferrari, the 106th of his career. Thanks for your company. We'll see you in Austria in a couple of weeks' time.